We continue our series, 8 Minutes of Expertise, talking with those on the front lines of COVID-19. Now we talk about responding to the virus from a hospital approach. We welcome in Dr. Steve Bartlett, the Vice President and Chief Medical Officer with the OSF St. Anthony. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be here.
Let's get first, can you tell us how many COVID patients you guys have at OSF and generally what it's like inside the hospital day to day?
Yeah, we've been having anywhere from about 12 to 16 patients a day as our census. And one of the things that's really helped a lot in the last 2 or 3 weeks is testing has become much more available. And so those who we suspect are being ruled in or out much quicker than they were in the past. And so our overall census, people who are suspected and confirmed, has gone down because we don't have so many suspected patients in the hospital now. We're settling the issue usually within about 24 hours.
That's good to hear. What are some of the ways those patients that need to come to the hospital for COVID-19 are treated? I know it's a novel disease, but how are they being treated in your hospital?
You know, one of the things that's happened over the 2.5 months of the COVID crisis is how the treatment has changed, and it's changed a lot. You know, early on, everybody thought that the treatment of choice was hydroxychloroquine. And as you probably know, the literature now says that that's probably not terribly effective. We don't know if it's effective for the very earliest stages of diseases or the COVID disease, but as you know, the people that come to the hospital, it's not early disease. These people are already quite ill. So the antiviral treatment that now is being recommended, and I think you know remdesivir is being distributed around the state. We know that's the treatment of choice. In addition to that, and I think this is the most important development, early on people thought we had to put the breathing tube in very early in the course of the lung disease. And it's turned out that's not the right answer. And now we're using high airflow nasal oxygen. And many of the patients that were being intubated in the past aren't having that, and they actually are having a much better outcome. So we've learned a lot and gotten much better at treating this.
Kind of learned on the fly there. You mentioned remdesivir. Have you received any of it?
We haven't, and we were disappointed that St. Anthony's was not offered any remdesivir. I think we're going to still want to look into that, because if you look in Rockford itself, we had as many cases as the other hospitals, and we were expecting to receive remdesivir, but I'm sure the story's not over.
OSF has started to lead the way for telehealth. How is that working, and do you think public health and FaceTime with doctors changes, and is it becoming the new normal even after COVID-19?
Yeah, so every crisis has an upside. And the upside of this crisis is it has forced physicians to adopt telehealth literally in a matter of a couple of weeks. And it's turned out that that's been extremely successful. Doctors like it, and who wouldn't want to have their health care from home? I mean, there's no getting in the car and all that stuff that you have to go through to get to a doctor's office. So it's turned out to be very, very popular with patients. The other home care development that OSF is proud of is that we have a combination of telehealth combined with a home health nurse or home health aide that can go into the home and do some of the on-site assessment. That also has been extremely successful. And I'm proud to work for a company that's been so visionary about telehealth. I think you alluded to the fact, is that going to change the way healthcare is delivered? Healthcare is never going to be the same again. A large fraction of our healthcare and our visits is going to be at home with devices, with a home care nurse, with telehealth, and the bricks and mortar type visit where you get in your car and go to a standalone clinic. There will be some of that, but there's going to be a lot less of that.
You have restarted elective surgeries. What has that transition been like at OSF?
It's been remarkable. The chief medical officer in Peoria just asked me that last night. He said, "How has your reignite gone?" And I have to say, I told him I have to pinch myself because it's gone so well. As you know, all the patients require testing for COVID before they come in the hospital. And the patients have been fabulous. They show up for the tests. The tests results have come in on time. We've been able to have the vast majority of our surgical cases have gone off flawlessly. I think we've had maybe one or two delayed tests, but the cases ultimately got done. And we're already up to about 2/3 of our prior full volume, and we're expected to increase. So it has really gone well.
Good to hear that. Well, I'm going to get back to COVID. Our hospitalization rate across the state is dropping. We heard the IDPH say that yesterday. Are you
Yes.
seeing fewer COVID-19 patients in the hospital here locally?
Yeah, and another great question. So we really thought we were past the bump, and then there had been some talk about a Mother's Day bump, and boy, oh boy, we saw that. We saw a little bump about 3 days ago, and now it's quieted back down again. So all of those visits to mom, a few people potentially got exposed, and we did see a bump in admissions about 5 to 7 days after Mother's Day.
Yeah, we did hear Dr. Martell warn about that before Mother's Day, and there's some anecdotal evidence that it actually did happen. As we reopen Illinois, are you worried that hospitalization rate will increase? And if so, is OSF preparing potentially as the state reopens?
Yeah, so I think we have to be realistic. I do think there's going to be a small bump in the number of admissions as people start, more freely associating with one another, go back to work, and instead of work from home, work in their office. So we will see a bit of a bump. However, we're prepared for it. The experience of the big wave that we went through in April and early May has really prepared us. We know how to convert beds when we need to, and to create the type of COVID care when we need to. So we feel quite ready. The other thing is the availability of masks, and many of the other public health measures are much more well known to the public. So whatever bump we see, I think is going to be quite modest.
Quickly, final question for you. What is the number one thing you want people to know about how to protect themselves from COVID-19 in the months ahead?
I'm telling all the doctors and nurses that in the past, if you came to work, you put your shoes on. Now, when you come to work and go outside, put your mask on too. And if you wear a mask, wash your hands, soap and water, you will be protected from COVID. It's that simple. Put on a mask, get used to it. And if we do that, we're all going to be safe.
Good advice there. Dr. Steve Bartlett from OSF St. Anthony, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for your work on the front lines as well. Let's